Hi, my name is Brantley Underhill, and I'm the Director of Practitioner Markets for the Project Management Institute. And I have a guest with me today, Dr. Etienne Wenger. Welcome, Etienne.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I guess my claim to fame, whatever you want to call that, is that I've done a lot of work in the field of communities of practice. I would say that my identity personally is as a social learning theorist, that I'm interested in theories of learning that take social connection as the focus of interest. And communities of practice is part of that, to understand the way that people organize the social world as a place where people can engage and learn.
We talked a little bit about communities of practice being a learning partnership between the members themselves.
Yeah.
How would you describe learning partnership?
Well, the reason we call this a community of practice is because if people are engaged in the same practice, then by sharing what they are experiencing and what they are learning, they can recognize each other as a partner. You see what I mean? It's like, oh, you too do that. Okay, then I'm interested in what was your experience on Monday? Because what you did is very likely to be relevant to me, because we are engaged in that similar practice. Whether we do it together or whether we do it in completely different settings, it doesn't matter. We can recognize each other as a practitioner, and that in that mutual recognition, there is a kind of almost like a learning contract that becomes established between us.
And I think I've read recently that people are more apt to go to another person to get experience, to find out an answer to a problem they've had recently, versus trying to find it through a book or a white paper. Do you find that true? And how could a community of practice serve that mission?
Well, all a community of practice does is that it establishes ongoing relationship among people who have the potential of helping each other when they need to. So a great value of belonging to a community of practice is that you have a ready set of people that you can turn to when you have a challenge, and the challenge then becomes kind of the curriculum of that learning partnership. See, so you bring a challenge. Right, I have a project and it's not going well. What should I do with this and that? That becomes kind of a curriculum for the partnership, and you tell me what you experience, what you try. Somebody else joins in and says, well, no, I tried that, but it doesn't really work in this circumstance. Maybe you should try this. And in that conversation, all of a sudden, there's a lot of learning and knowledge sharing that is taking place, and sometimes even knowledge creation as people come up with new ideas.
So the communities of practice include tools such as discussion boards, file sharing, wikis, and blogs. So these types of tools will enable members to be able to create and share that knowledge about their daily experiences with one another.
That's right. I think that's a really important point, that those are tools for that learning partnership. They're not substitute for that learning partnership. So a wiki is not a community of practice, but a wiki can be a very good tool for people who are engaged in that learning partnership to start producing some text together or something like this. And sometimes people confuse that a little bit. They call a discussion board a community of practice. To me, that's tricky, because you think, oh, I just open a discussion board, and why is it that nothing is happening? If there's not an experience of a learning partnership, then the discussion board is not going to create that. But especially if you don't live in the same building, then having a discussion board enables you to experience that learning partnership at a distance with people who are all around the world.